The thing about these ETFs where they have leverage, it's all well and good. Well, the asset that's underlying is going up, but you have a few down days, and there's some serious pain.
Right, we can see really significant double-digit losses in some of these. So these types of ETFs are relatively new. They've only been around for a couple of years. And what the majority of them offer is 2x, for example, of an underlying stock like Coinbase. When Coinbase itself isn't doing well, the 2x version, the ETF version, it just gets hit that much harder. And so we're seeing losses across a number of ETFs in what I'm calling the crypto and Musk complex. So it's ETFs that are 2x Bitcoin, for example, or 2x Ether. Those have been hit hard, but so have 2x Robinhood, 2x Coinbase, as I mentioned, 2x Palantir, 2x Tesla. So all of them are really seeing some major, major losses.
Do we see, is there enough damage to kind of see a permanent, I don't want to say permanent, but to see like meaningful moving away from these products?
It's interesting actually, because when you look at some of the flows, because we can look at flows obviously into ETFs, some of them have seen inflows in recent days. So yesterday we had a really big down day for a lot of them, and some saw, marginal inflows. One interesting one is ARK. I think just because Cathie Wood has been such a big crypto proponent, but also an Elon Musk proponent. And on Monday, she saw a nearly $300 million inflow into ARKK, the flagship ARK fund. And so there's a little bit of dip buying, but I think it's too early to tell because overall, everything has just been doing pretty poorly.
In the commercial break, you're whispering to me MSTX. This is a 2x levered MicroStrategy, or strategy.
There we go.
Was MicroStrategy.
That's my fault.
Kind of in the name. What are you going to do about it? You know, one thing that interests me about all of this is that you had that era, let's say before the FTX crash, where a lot of leverage was popped out of the system through means of exchanges and brokers and other types of companies. Is an ETF the new way to really find leverage in this system? And is it a safer way than in the past? Especially if you consider MicroStrategy being a levered play on crypto, and then the ETFs being leverage on top of leverage.
Right. This is another interesting complex in that MicroStrategy is buying Bitcoin, which pushes up the price of Bitcoin, which helps MicroStrategy go up, which helps the ETFs go up, and the 2x versions. And it really is this complex that, as we were just saying, gets disproportionately hit when things turn lower. I wouldn't say it's necessarily safer, but ETFs are definitely easier to move in and out of, which is why one of the reasons why people prefer ETFs. But still, MSTX and MSTU, they're the two 2x MicroStrategy ETFs, and those have been hit really hard.